Hello and welcome to Breakout session number 25. Today we're going to talk about guitar technology tips and tricks. Okay, we're going to talk about how to organize all your music in one place, like an iPad or an Android. Before we get started, as usual, I always like to say hi to the members of the Guitar League around the country that might be watching, and ask that you please subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell and we'll tell you when the next video is coming out, and hit the like button if you like it. And if you have any comments on this or questions, go ahead and put them down in the comment section and I'll try to get them answered for you. Okay, so there's many programs out there that will help you organize your music, but we're going to talk about Songbook today. Songbook and OnSong are very similar, but it's a personal choice. But I use Songbook, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're not going to, this is the way I do things. Not necessarily the right way, but this is the way I do it. And hopefully I can explain it to you. So we're going to talk about Songbook Chordpro, which is important, the Chordpro. And we're going to talk about Ultimate Guitar real quickly and Dropbox. Okay? So as I said, Songbook compares to OnSong. It's a little less expensive, and I'm kind of a frugal guy when it comes to these things, so I went with the Songbook. And I've been using it now for a couple of years, and I really like it. And Songbook makes apps for iPads, Androids. You can also get it for Windows 10 and Mac. And while it's pretty easy to edit on a computer with a keyboard, we're going to talk about the tablets today. Okay? So, and how to sync them all up and everything. So, instead of having your music like in single sheets all over the place, or a bunch of notebooks, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 of these, I've seen people come in, and then you put the music down on a music stand, and you've got to flip the pages in the middle of performing. That's a little tough. You can put all that music in one place on an iPad or an Android, and you can have it in like one application. You can have, I've got, I think, over 300 songs in this Songbook app, and there's no limit to it. And so it's all in one place. So you could put this in they make all kinds of stands for iPads and tablets that you can attach to microphones. You could put them on a guitar stand. You could put the iPad on a music stand, and it's not going to blow off in the wind. So it's very easy to use. So, and when you put it on here, you can, with one push of a button, you can change the key of the song. You can change the, the chords, the key. If you're a multiple instrument type musician and you play other, like mandolins, banjos, pianos, with a push of a button, you can change the chord display, because it'll show you how to play the chord if you don't know how to do it. And so you could change that to piano chords or whatever instrument you're using just by pushing a button. And then you can push the button back if you want to go back to guitar. So this is an incredible app here. And so that we get a much better up-close look of it, we're going to move on into my office, where I think I can get it without a lot of glare on the screen, and show you step by step how to use it and how to set it up. So we're going to move on into Studio B. We'll be right back. Okay, before I forget to mention, when you're working on these kind of programs, you might want to go into your settings and turn your auto lock off. Like, let's make it never on your auto lock. You need to remember to go back and undo that, make it 2 minutes, so that your screen doesn't go to sleep while you're performing. It's not a good idea. Okay, so what we want to do first is to, we're going to have to get the app. So we're going to go into the App Store, and we are going to search for Songbook. Songbook Pro. Well, I'm going to go into Songbook here just to show you the difference in them. The one that you're going to want to get is Songbook Chordpro, and it has a yellow insignia with some notes in it. Okay, you're going to want to download that program from the App Store or the Android Store, whichever one you get your apps from. And then you just download it, pay the fee, and you own it. And you can have that on multiple iPads and computers. The computer, when you download it for Windows 10, there's a fee for that. Okay, but as far as just tablets, you can have these on a few tablets and your phone. You can download the app, pay the one fee, and you can have it on all those devices. Okay, so you're also going to want to get Ultimate Guitar. Ultimate Guitar, and that has a logo that looks like just a G with some devil horns on it. Ultimate Guitar. There's a fee for that too. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the other app that you're going to want to get is Dropbox. This is what I recommend anyway. Dropbox for iPad or whichever thing you have. And it has Dropbox file storage is the one you're going to want here. Photo drive and transfer. It's this little insignia right here. Okay? So you need those three apps, or that's the way I do it anyway. So now we're going to go into Songbook, into the app. We've downloaded it. We're going to open up the app. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so we're going to set up Songbook. You can download all your songs on a Songbook. I have about 400 songs on here. Well, 376 songs on here now. And there's no limit to this. Okay, so the first page you'll get is songs. And you can go into your songs, and you're going to, when you download your songs, they'll all display in here. And you'll have different features down at the bottom that we'll talk about in a minute. So when you open up Songbook, you have all your songs. You can set up playlists. Okay, to get some songs into Songbook, you need to set it up right. So down at the bottom, there's a little gear feature down here that says settings on it. You push that button and you can go through and you'll see all the different settings that are on here. But one of the first things you want to do now that you have Dropbox, you've set up your Dropbox account, you've set up your Ultimate Guitar account now that you have those apps and you've paid the small fees, you come into the settings of Songbook and you link Dropbox to it. And in Dropbox, you make a folder in Dropbox that says Songbook. And so all your songs are going to be saved in Dropbox, but it allows you to be able to sync all your devices. You're going to link all your devices to the Dropbox folder. So if you bought or you put a song on one of your iPads and saved it, in a little while, it would be available on your other iPad or on your phone or whichever devices you have. So you're going to link them all to Dropbox is the way I do it. This app would allow you to link to other storage servers like Google Drive and OneDrive and Nextcloud. But Dropbox, I find, is the best way to go, because you can also set up a folder that you can share with other band members and collaborate on music anywhere in the world through those other folders. But that's another class. Okay, so now we're set up. We have the accounts in Ultimate Guitar and in Dropbox. We set that up. So now we could go, if we wanted to put a song on our Songbook app, we could go to Ultimate Guitar. This is what I recommend first. If you have a lot of songs that you want to get onto Songbook, first go into Ultimate Guitar and see if they just don't have that song available for you in the key that you want it in. So we're going to go into Ultimate Guitar. We're going to search for a song, and I haven't really thought about this. Okay, let's go find a song in Ultimate Guitar. So we go into Ultimate Guitar, we're going to search for a song. We can search by song or by artist. So let's maybe search for some Jim Croce songs. I started to type his name in here. Let's just pick a song. We're going to hope that this all works right. This is on the fly. So here's Jim Croce's Time in a Bottle. I'm going to hit that. Now I've got a lot of choices. I don't know how many you can see here of songs, but what I want the ones that say chords. I don't want tabs, pro tabs or tabs. I want chords. So I'm just going to go to version 1 of chords. I'm going to hit that and see what we get. Okay, so we get Time in a Bottle, the chords up top, and here's the song. And it's in D minor, looks like to me. Okay, so now that I have this song, I'm going to come up here. There's 3 little dots at the top of this app. I'm going to come up here and it says share. I push the 3 little dots. Now I have a share button. I hit share, and then I'm going to hit open with, and then I'm going to scroll over here. In my situation, it says more, and then I'm going to scroll down here, and it says Songbook. So I'm going to open this song in Songbook. I just did that now. Now I am going to edit it. I'm going to edit the title of it. So I come up here, this little button. I hit the title. Now I'm going to put the title in here in Chordpro language. Chordpro has a website that has their whole manual, and they explain all of this stuff on how to do this. But what I do is I add a title to it. So I put it in these like parentheses, and I put a T, and then I put a colon, and then I put the title of the song. Was it Time in a Bottle? Time in a Bottle. Time in a Bottle. I put another colon behind that. And I have it inside these little parentheses. I'll show you. I'll take some screenshots and include them so you can see this. So now I labeled it. I have the title. And now if I save this, this is going to be in my Songbook now. Let's go actually into Songbook. And voila. Under all my songs, there's Time in a Bottle. Now, can I change the key on this one? Okay, so let's go to, we've got that Croce song on here, but let's go to another song. Let's go to, and they're all in alphabetical order, so we're going to go to Angels Fly Too Close to the Ground. because I think you can really see this much better. You can make these, you can just pinch these songs and make them bigger for you to be able to read it. But I wanted you to be able to see it on camera. So let's change the key of this. This is in the key of A. Let's see what happens if I can change this up there. I don't know if you can see that. It just went to B flat, and now it's B. It changed it on the fly, okay, by the push of a button. Now I could save it in that key if that's the key I wanted it into, or I can go back down to the key that it was in originally. It was in the key of A, and I don't even have to save that. Okay? So, if I wanted to see what the chords look like, now we're working on the bottom here. There's a metronome set up here. I don't want to play with that, but there you go. There's the metronome. I can change the tempo to that. Can I stop it? That's the other question. Now that I started it, let's back up and get out of there. Let's go back in there without the metronome. But there's a metronome built in. Then if I wanted to look at the chords, chord diagrams, the chord diagrams come at the bottom. I put them on the bottom of the screen if you didn't know how to play these chords. And I mentioned you can change it to other instruments. Then there are some other adjustments that we can make. These are some more settings. We can tag this. We'll just put this down. We can send this file. We can share this file. We can send it as a PDF. Or if you're with a group of people and we all have Songbook or OnSong, I believe you can do it with both of them. You can airdrop this song to a friend if they didn't have it, if you're in a jam. Or you can, to a band member, you can airdrop it to them. And then we come over here to get rid of that. Let's get the bottom on here. There we go. There's the chord chart. I like to get out of here again so I can get to the bottom. There we go. To the bottom of this. Also, I came right over here. I don't know if you can see this. Over here, there's 3 dots. I can link music to this. You know, if I wanted to put a backing track on this, I could do that. I can print this song out. I can add it to a playlist. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you can also do like a mode where it will scroll down while you're playing, and you can set the timing on that too. The other neat feature is you can set up a pedal with this, a Bluetooth pedal like AirTurn, and you can connect it to this app so that you can turn pages with the pedal while you're playing. So that's all in the settings, and if you go to their manual online, it shows you how to do every one of these steps. I'm just trying to give you a little brief synopsis of what's going on here. So we talked about playlists. At the bottom, when you get out to the front screen where it says all songs, down at the bottom, there's also playlists and settings. So if you hit playlists, I've got these playlists set up. I can make a new playlist by hitting this plus button at the top and go in and just click songs that I want to add to my playlist. Or I can add more songs to a playlist. You just go up here and hit that, and you can add more songs to that particular playlist. You can erase the playlists, obviously. You can go back to all the songs, have all your songs, and they're all pretty much in alphabetical order. Now, I showed you how to get the songs from Ultimate Guitar. If you have songs on your computer that you've already had, you can go to the settings in Songbook and you can import a song from your computer. It has to be, if you import a song like on a PDF or some other source like that, you won't be able to change the keys, but you can have the song on there. I have songs, let's see, I have songs that, like here's a song in a PDF. I loaded a PDF, and the way I do it is I put the PDF in Dropbox in that Songbook folder that I made, and then it downloads on here. So I have the song with all the chords and everything, and it's in the key I want it to be in, but I couldn't change the key with a PDF. So you can do it that way too. So I think we covered all the things. I'll have to follow up on this. Okay, we're back. To summarize, I want to point out a few things. First, I want to point out that you can find the Songbook manual right in the app. So if you went in the app to the front page and you went down to the bottom right-hand corner, you see a little gear, and there's settings. You hit settings, and then you come up to the top left-hand corner. I don't think you can see it on here, but the top left-hand corner, there's a help button, and if you hit help, you can get the entire Songbook manual on how to do everything that you'd ever want to know on Songbook. It's right there on the app. So then I wanted to mention that you don't need Wi-Fi when you're performing. Once you've downloaded your songs to Songbook, it works offline, and all your other bandmates can work offline. Okay, so you don't need Wi-Fi. You do need Wi-Fi to download songs from the internet, obviously. The next thing I wanted to mention was if you have a bunch of songs on a PC in a folder that you've had old songs, I recommend that you get Songbook for Windows 10. Buy that program, okay? Because then then you can import those folders that you have on your PC into Songbook right there on the PC, and then you link that all up with your Dropbox account, and all of your devices will have those songs on it. Plus, it's probably just a little easier on a PC to edit with a keyboard than it is on a laptop, although you can edit on a laptop too. One other quick suggestion on those old songs that you have on your PC, you might want to go through and clean up those folders and get rid of the songs that you're never going to play in a million years, so you just don't clutter things up. So the easy way to edit songs, as I said, is on your laptop. But they have to be, when you're editing, they need to be in the format called Chordpro. It's like a little language that they use for programming, okay? So that you can change keys and things like that. I'm going to put a link to the manual of Chordpro down in the description on this video so that you can see that and you can learn all about those little parentheses I was talking about and colons and things when you make adjustments and edit. So my best tip out of the whole thing is go ahead and download those programs and start pushing some buttons. You push buttons in Songbook and in Chordpro and in Dropbox and all those things, Ultimate Guitar. You can't make a mistake. You can't break anything, so don't be afraid to push some buttons and learn and enjoy. So I sure hope this video helped you. I'm going to see you in the next video. And remember, be careful out there.